Hey everyone, this is Kapil Bhatia. Welcome to my channel Infinite Study. In my previous class, I had discussed about the string in Python. Today we will discuss another data type which is list. So first let's discuss today agenda. In my today class, first we will discuss about the list in Python. Then we will discuss about the similarity and difference between the list and string. Moving further, we will discuss about the list manipulation, and finally I sum up my session with different functions used with list in Python. I hope you all know about the agenda of today's class. A list is a standard data type of Python that can store a sequence of value belonging to any type. The lists are depicted through square brackets. Here you can see some example of list. Lists are mutable data type in Python, which means you can change the elements of a list in place. In Python, there are only two mutable data types. One is list and another is dictionary. If you want to create a list in Python, put a number of expression separated by comma in square brackets. That is, to create a list you can write in the form given below. Here you can see, if you want to create an empty list, then you can write L is equal to, suppose L is my list name, is equal to, and then after a square bracket. So it will create an empty list. But if you have some value, then you can write L is equal to, and then after value, and each value is separated by comma and surrounded within a square bracket. I hope you understand how to create a list in Python. To better understand how to create a list in Python, let's take a practical session. Now I show you how to create an empty list in Python. There are two ways. If I check the type of L and A, you will find here you can see the type of L is list and type of A is also a list. A is also a list. So I hope you understand how to create an empty list in Python. We can also use the built-in list type object to create a list from a sequence, where sequence can be any kind of sequence object including string, tuple or list. Okay. So here I show you how to create a list from sequence. If you want to print the item of list, you will write here you can see the item of the list. So I hope you understand how to create a list with sequence of items. We can also create a list from keyboard input. Here I show you how to create a list from keyboard input. First I create a variable A is equal to list method, then I use list method, and then after input method enter list elements. Then after I print the value of A. When I run this code, so here you can see the list item are python. Okay. One more time I run this code and input 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That is numeric value. Did you notice? This way the data type of all the characters enter is string, even though we enter digits. So to enter a list of integer through a keyboard, you can use the method eval. Okay. I just show you how to get list element in the form of integer or number. As I told you, with the help of eval method, you can enter a list of integer through keyboard. But what exactly eval is? Eval is a built-in function to Python, and with the help of eval method, you can input anything. It comes from word evaluate. Here I show you some examples so that you can better understand how to use eval method in our program. Here you can see I make some change. Here I use eval method, and here I find the type of A. Okay. So one by one you can see when I run this code and input the value 1, 2, 3, the type of A is integer. Again I run this code and I input 123 but within double quotes. It will show me the class or the type of A is string. Okay. Again I run this code and input the value 12.5. Here you can see the type of A is float. So eval method is used to collect information of any type. Now I show you how to enter a list of integer through keyboard. If I run this code and input the value without bracket or without square bracket, it will generate a tuple. Actually by default, eval function or eval method is create a tuple if we are input our value separated by comma. To create a list, there are two ways. First one is that you input your value in a square bracket, it will create a list, or you can use list function. And now you can input your value without bracket. So here you can see list will generate it. Okay. So I hope you understand how to create a list in Python. Now let's move to our next topic, that is the similarity and the difference between list and string. First we discuss the similarity between list and string. First is len function. Function len returns the number of items in the list, same as we used in string. Indexing and slicing. Here L of I returns the item at index I. The first item has index number 0 and the last item has index number size -1. And L I of j returns a new list containing the object between I and j. It is called slicing. Next is membership operators. Both in and not in operators work on list just like they work other sequence such as string. Operator in tells if the element is present in the list or not, and not in does the opposite. Concatenation and replication operator. To better understand, let's take a practical session. Suppose I have a list with element. If I find the length of this list, just I write print length of list. When I run this code, you will find the output as 5. Okay. Next, indexing and slicing. So if I print L of 2, it will return 3. Because L of 2, as I told you, indexing start always from 0. So 0, 1, 2. At third position you can see the value is, at second position you can see the value is 3. Okay. Next is slicing. It will return a sublist. The starting value of sublist is 2 and last value is 5. So 0, 1, 2, that means sublist start from second position and the element is 3 to 5, that means up to 4 positions. So 2, 3 and 2. Okay, so I hope you understand about the indexing and slicing. Next is membership operator. As you know, two membership operators are used in Python, in and not in. So if I print 5 in L, it returns true. Okay, not in, it will return false. Next is concatenation and replication. Suppose I have two lists L1 and L2. If I print L1, then after concatenation operator I used and L2, so it will return a new list and the output is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Means new list will generate. Okay. If I use replication operator, suppose print L2 into 3. When I run this code, now here you can see list is repeated 3 times. And finally, accessing individual element as I showed you previously. L2 of 2. If I run this code, it will return 8. So I hope you understand about the similarity between the list and string. Now we discuss difference between the list and strings. The first difference is storage. Lists are stored in memory exactly like strings, except that because some of their objects are larger than others, they store a reference at each index instead of a string character as in string. Okay? Because in list we can store any kind of data type. Next is mutability. Strings are not mutable. We cannot change individual element of a string. But in list we can change individual element because lists are mutable. Now move to next topic, that is list manipulation. You can perform various operations on list like append element into a list, update individual element to a list, deleting element from a list, and make a true copy of a list. To better understand, I show you with practical example. You can add items to an existing sequence. The append method is used to add a single item to the end of the list. So I show you how you can add an item to a list. Suppose I have a list with value. If I want to add an item to a list, so I write add dot append, or suppose I want to add 6. Okay. When I print the value of L, you will find the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I hope you understand how to add an item to a list or how to append an item to a list. Next is updating element to a list. To update or change an element of the list in place, you just have to assign a new value to the element index in the list as per the following syntax. Suppose I want to change the value of L of 2 and the new value is 12. When I print the value of L, you will find the output as 1, 2, and here you can see at second position when I assign value to a list, the value is 3, but when I change the value of L of 2 as 12, the output will be 1, 2, 12, 4, 5. I hope you understand how to update an element into a list. Next topic is deleting element from a list. You can remove item from list, the del statement can be used to remove an individual item, or you can remove all the items identified by a slice. Okay, so for that I just show you an example. Suppose I have a list, value of my list is, if I want to remove an individual item, then I write del L of when I run this code, here you can see the output list of 2. Okay, L of 2, that means 3 removed from output list. So I hope you understand how to remove an individual item. Same way you can remove more than one item from list by using slicing. Okay, if you want to remove entire list, that time you use del of L. When I run this code, you can see actually del of L, it will delete all the items and the list object too. After this, no object by the name L would be existing. That's why error has come. So I hope you understand how to use del. Next topic is making true copy of a list. Assignment with assignment operator on list does not make a copy. Instead, assignment make two variable point to one list in memory, that is called shallow copy. To better understand, I show you with an example. Suppose if I want to copy of list L, so for that I write A is equal to L. Okay. If I print the value of A, it will return the exact copy of L. But we cannot say A is the exact copy or true copy of L. A is basically a shallow copy of L. What do you mean by shallow copy? If I make some change in L, the same effect you will show on A. Suppose L dot append 20. When I print the value of A, and run this code, here you can see when I print the value of A, 20 will also add into list A. Okay. So what we can do for that, or one more thing, if I find the ID of A and ID of L, when I run this code, here you can see the ID of A are same as ID of L. So now how we can create a copy of a list? To make a true copy of L, you must write A is equal to list of L. So when I print the value of L, when I run this code, you will find the output as 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And when I print the value of A, the same output you will find on the screen. Okay. Now, when I make some change in L, suppose L dot append 20, and then I print the value of L and also print the value of A. When I run this code, here you can see when I append the 20 into list L, the value of A will not change. So I hope you understand what is the difference between the shallow copy and true copy. Actually, true copy is also called deep copy. Okay. Now move to our next topic, list functions. Python offers many built-in functions and methods for list manipulation. These can be applied to a list as per the following syntax. First we write list object, then after dot operator, and then after method name or function name. Okay, these are the list of the functions that we can apply onto a list. So one by one we will discuss in our practical session. The first function is index function. Actually, index function returns the index of first match item from list. Suppose I have a list and the item of list are 13, 18, 11, 16, 14. Okay. Now I print L dot index and find 18. When I run this code, here you can see the output as 1. Okay. Actually, index function returns the index of first match. So here you can see in my list 18 first occurrence at position 1. So that's why it will return 1. I hope you understand about the index function. Okay. However, if the given item is not in the list, it will raise an error. Suppose I write and execute this. Here you can see 20 is not in list. Next function is append function. I already explained append function. Now move to our next function, that is extend function. Extend method is also used to adding the multiple elements given in the form of a list to a list. The extend function works as per the following syntax. Suppose I write A is equal to, I create one more list, A is equal to, and the element of list are 1, 2, 3. If I write L dot extend A, okay, when I print the value of L, you will find the output. The item of A added into a list L. Okay, so I hope you understand about the extend function. Now move to our next function, that is insert function. Insert function is used to insert an item to a given position, and it is used as per the following syntax. I will show you how to insert an item into a list. To insert an item into a list, the syntax is listName.insert. First we mention the position. Suppose at second position I want to insert 22. When I print the value of L, you will find the output as 13, 18, 22. Actually, insert function takes two arguments and return no value. The first argument is the position and second argument is an element that you want to insert into your list. So I hope you understand about the insert function. Next function is pop function. It is used to remove the item from the list. We can pass parameter with pop function. If we do not pass any parameter with pop function, it will remove the last item of the list. Okay. So to better understand, let's see. If I write print L dot pop. So when I run this code, it will remove 14. Okay. So when I print the value of L, now you can see 14 will not present in my list because it is removed from list. You can also remove a specific item. So for that you need to specify position or index number of that item. So suppose I want to remove second position item from list. When I run this code, now 11 is removed from list. So I hope you understand how to use the pop method. Okay. Next method is remove method. Remove method removes the first occurrence of the given item from the list. Okay, it is used as per the following syntax. So for that, when I run this code, you can see 18 removed from my list. Okay, first occurrence of 18 removed from my list. Remember one thing, remove function does not return anything. Okay, so if I write print, if I run this code, you will find none. Okay, that means remove function does not return any value. So I hope you understand about the remove function. Next function is clear function. This method removes all the items from the list and the list becomes empty list after this function. This function returns nothing. So for that, if I write L dot clear, okay, and finally I print the value of L. Now when I run this code, here you can see my list is now empty because clear function remove all the elements but string object exists in memory. Okay. The difference between the del and clear function is that del remove the entire list with object also, but clear function remove only the list item, but the list object will exist in memory. Next function is count function and it returns the count of the item that you passed as argument. So for that, if I write L dot count 18. Here you can see 18 present 2 times, so when I run this code it will return 2. So I hope you understand how to use count function with list. Next function is reverse function. Actually reverse function reverses the item of the list. This is done in place, that means it does not create a new copy of the list. Okay. So for that I show you with an example. If I write L dot reverse, okay, and then after I print the value of L. Now here you can see the difference. My original list is this, and after reversing, the item of the list are now in the form of 14, 18, 16, 11, 18 and 13. So I hope you understand how to use the reverse function and what is the role of reverse function. It will make change in original list. Next method is sort. Sort function used to sort the item of the list. By default, it will sort in increasing order. Okay, so I show you how to sort the item of list. So for that, I write L dot sort. Okay. When I print the value of L, you can see the output. The item of the list in sorting order. By default order is ascending order. If you want to sort the item of the list in descending order, then you write reverse is equal to true. When I run this code, you will find the output as now the item of the list are in descending order. I hope you understand about the sort method. So students, this is most about the list function used in Python. Thank you for watching this video. I will meet you in my next class. Till then, take care.